This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
Okay, you're on to your semifinal match. It's against Alexandrov, and you get through that rather easily to get to the gold medal match against the Iranian. Again, we mentioned him earlier, Abbas Jadidi. The semifinal ends. The reality of you getting at least a silver medal, is it setting in at this point?
Yes, knowing that I won a silver medal, it was a great feeling, but it wasn't what I set out to do. And, if I would have lost in the finals, I probably would have wrestled another 4 years because I wanted the gold medal. I wasn't going to settle for a silver. There was no way possible. I knew in my mind, heart and soul, that I wanted a gold medal and I was going to attain it. So if I didn't win in 1996, I would have wrestled in 2000.
He's a machine, folks. What did you know about Jadidi going in besides the doping violation? What was your background knowledge on him?
Well, he's had a lot of success as an Iranian wrestler, and he won the Worlds. He got suspended for 2 years, came back and took third in the Worlds in 1995, where he actually, it was a fluke that he lost. He was beating the guy 8-0, and he went to gut wrench him. It was that big Cuban guy I wrestled the second round of the Olympics, 6'8".
Okay,
and the Cuban. The Iranian gut wrenched him. The Cuban went to his back and posted up on his hands and stuck Jadidi on his back and pinned him while Jadidi was doing an offensive move. It was just a fluke. And I was like, thank God I don't have to worry about Jadidi. It's one of those things that, 1995, I was new to the Worlds. I wanted the easiest path to victory because, I just wanted to win a gold. In 1996, I knew nothing was going to be easy. I would have to earn it.
Well, Jadidi gets an early point, just 2 minutes, 42 seconds in by turning you around. Do you immediately go on the defensive or do you stick to your game plan?
Well, I knew Jadidi was going to score first. He's an animal, and he's a much better wrestler than I am. But what my game plan was, my conditioning was impeccable. I was the most conditioned wrestler in that whole tournament. I trained my butt off. I did exhaust training. That's when you train till you're exhausted, and that's when the training starts. And so I did everything possible to make sure that I was ready for that.
Well, within 30 seconds, you take him down to make it even at 1-1. The match is on YouTube, by the way, guys, so if you want to check it out, it's a really good one, and for the people that haven't seen it, you can find it there. The seconds wind down, and your 8-minute draw is complete. You don't get right up where Jadidi runs over to the scorer's table and sees his name circled on one of the scorer's cards and starts celebrating. What's running through your mind and body at this point, Kurt?
Devastation. I thought I lost. I thought Jadidi saw the proper, winner. He came back to the center of the mat. He was celebrating. I was like, oh, shit, I lost. I'm going to go another 4 years. And so when the referee went to raise our hands, Jadidi raised his own hand, and the ref forced it down and raised mine. Oh. So I went from complete depression to jubilation in 1 second. It was an emotional roller coaster. I almost had a heart attack. I actually hugged the referee. I was so excited. You don't hug the referee. I mean, it made it look like him and I were in on it together, but I was so excited. I wanted to hug somebody, and he was the first one there.
I got cold chills. That's like a Disney movie ending, right? Where the one guy puts his hand up and then raises your hand, the ref hug. Yeah. That's straight Disney movie ending right there, man. That's awesome. So you stand in the middle with the ref waiting for the decision, as you talked about. He keeps trying to raise his own hand, puts it down, and then all of a sudden Jadidi runs over to protest. But you're hugging the referee. You're collapsing to your knees. Kurt, you're the freaking gold medalist. What's your first immediate thought here?
I'm going to Disney World.
Speaking of Disney, there you go.
I was so excited. It was my lifelong dream. It's everything that I wanted to do. It's the only thing I wanted to do. And, I set my sights on that from when I was a little kid, and to finally accomplish it, 20 years later, it was a huge deal for me. It's everything I wanted in my life. And I said in the Olympics, out in an NBC interview, I said that night, if I died tonight, I'd be the happiest man in the world.
This is the best thing that's ever happened to me. I can't believe this. All I wanted to do is win a world championship and an Olympic gold medal. And I did them both. If I died tonight, I'd be the happiest man in the world.
I meant that. I really did. I felt like I could rest now because I did everything I wanted to do.
When does it start to sink in that forever, for the rest of your life, all your days walking this earth, however many there'll be, you will always be known as an Olympic gold medalist? How special was that?
Well, it's awesome. It's awesome to be labeled as an Olympic gold medalist. That's all I ever wanted. And it's the best feeling in the world, to be able to say, hey, I'm Kurt Angle, Olympic gold medalist. Having a title next to your name, something that you identify with, that made you who you are, that was really special.
Does it take a little while for it to sink in?
No, it was pretty quick.
He was in. He got it.
The crazy thing is, all right, the thing with me is when I get into something, I really get into it. But once I accomplish it, I want to get out and I want to do something else. Okay, I have some crazy OCD and I have to, kind of calm down a little bit. But when I dabble into something, I have to be fully into it. And then I need to get away from it after I accomplish it. It's just the way I am. And, after the Olympics, the next day I woke up and I'm like, holy shit, what do I do now? I was terrified. I was like, this is all I ever thought about doing. I got a college education, an education degree. I could coach and teach, but I wasn't done being an athlete. I wanted to do something athletic that portrayed something identical to the Olympics. And I couldn't figure it out.
Kurt, was that just how you were wired, or was there someone in your life, parents or someone, that you kind of modeled that intensity or that OCD, as you call it, after growing up? Like, was that just something you were born with, kind of, you feel like?
Well, my brothers were like that, and they were into wrestling. They were all accomplished wrestlers, and I was the worst one in my family. When I started, I was a wuss. I mean, I couldn't win worth a shit. I mean, I never won matches. My first year, I was 1-9, and I cried every time I lost. I even cried when I won. But my brothers had that OCD. They always jumped in fully and did everything possible to make their dreams come true, make their goals come true. And I'm wired the same. I think it's hereditary.
You have a similar story. When you were talking about 1-9, I thought about Michael Jordan, cut from his freshman high school basketball team, and that really pushed him to the next year to take it up a notch, and look what he became. So a lot of the great ones aren't always great from the beginning. That's the message here, right?
They have to work hard. Just
hard
like
workers.
Everybody else. Yeah. Hard work pays off. It really does.
So let's talk about the judge's decision here. We mentioned Jadidi, and he goes over and sees one circled. How do you think you ended up winning the judge's overall decision?
Well, in the match, if you ever see it, at the end of overtime, I take one last shot and I take Jadidi down, and I have both arms wrapped around his legs, and a referee gave me a point. The other two judges passed on the point. They wanted to hold off to see if I get further up on his body around his back. I never went above his legs, but I had his legs, and officially that's a takedown. So I think the judges said, Kurt had him taken down. This match should be 2-1. So we think that the match was really close. It could have gone either way. It really could have. Jadidi did an excellent job, and he had a great match, but I did take him down at the end. And I think the officials used that as the win.
That's what clinched it right there, that last one. Good for you. So listen,
I get it. It's a wrestling podcast, but he's saving us money on our mortgage. Do you really trust this process? The reviews don't lie. 5-star review after 5-star review. We make it fast, we make it easy, and it's no cost or obligation. Give us a shot to earn your business. I'm telling you, you'll be glad you did, especially if you like keeping more of your own money. You don't need perfect credit or money out of your pocket, so what are you waiting for? Hurry to savewithconrad.com.
So Kurt, it's all over with. It's done. Your hand's been raised. You've hugged the referee. It's all set in. You've collapsed to your knees. What do you do that night to celebrate?
Well, I never drank alcohol ever, especially back then. And my brother said, you're going to have to drink tonight.
There you
go.
go.
We went to an Olympic party. A family hosted me for the Olympics for my Olympic gold medal victory. a pretty wealthy family in Atlanta, and we went there, and I had a few beers and passed out.
I was going to say, if you're not used to it, it wouldn't take much, man.
Oh, 3 beers, I was gone.
Especially.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.